Gents, you remember some of the red flag women we saw the other night?
I became an alcoholic and got kicked out of school. I stayed with a nigga after he cheated on me in jail. I had an abortion this year. I talked to 3 niggas in jail. I went to jail. I had 3 niggas this year. I had a nigga down in jail. I hit a nigga with my car. I was drinking pregnant, but I didn't know. I pulled up to my nigga side bitch house, beat his ass, then went to work a 12-hour shift. All them 3 niggas had a key to the house. I got out of jail and got a DUI 2 weeks later.
And then on the live stream the other night, I presented the gents with who's the best option out of these women.
All right, fellas, they asking, who you picking? 26 years old, 4 kids, apartment, car, works as a CNA. 28 years old, got 2 kids, no car, lives with her sister, works at Foot Locker. 24 years old, 3 kids, own house, car, a credit card scammer, or 30 years old, 5 kids, 2 houses, Instagram model, party promoter. I'm gonna live by myself and jack off. I'm gonna beat my meat like it owes me money. I'm not taking none of this shit.
Now, all of these women have moms. All of these women were probably raised by single mothers. But there's something I brought up in a previous video.
I'm gonna need y'all to help me understand why my son hate me.
Finally came to the conclusion and had to accept the fact that my oldest son hates me. And I can't be mad at him for it because it's my own fault.
I am just really sad today. My son and I, we don't talk much. I try with him. He just doesn't like me. I made a lot of mistakes as a parent, and I've been trying to make up for it. And he just hates me so much.
It is extremely painful to love a child that does not love you back, especially after you have been really good to them.
You heard those women at the end talking about, I did so much for my kids, but I'm going to show you that that doesn't even matter.
I never expected my kids to, not be here for me.
What is your deepest regret?
Raise my kids on my own with no significant other or anybody in the picture, working 7 days a week as a nurse to make sure they have everything, they're happy, they went to school, made sure they're all graduated. That's my only regret, because maybe I would have had extra money saved instead of spending it all on my kids and loving them the way I love them.
So in other words, you spoiled them.
Yes, that's for sure.
I'm going to say something that needs to be said. She failed. Okay? That little girl, her, you, if it is you, she failed. Mama failed.
And today we're going to talk about it. What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Shaun C. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was struggling to put this together because it was another topic I wanted to talk to y'all about. But that clip with the woman who is homeless now, who was a nurse, who did everything for her kids. You would think that it'd be easy to just say, well, that's what she gets. And maybe some of y'all feel that way. I don't feel that way. I actually felt sorry for her. We can hate the choices that they made. And that's the reason why I'm making this video today. Because maybe you're a mother out there, a single mom out there, and you're sitting here saying, I could do it by myself. I don't need the dad. Or I'm gonna go out and do my thing. I only like these type of guys, but I don't want this type of guy. I wanna address 2 things today. The first is a lot of modern women out here think they're better mothers than they really are. But the second part of today's video is I'm gonna show you the importance of having a dad in the home. The importance of not putting down those kids' dads, but doing your best to work with him. Because in the end, you're gonna hold the bag for this. They're gonna remember you for all the shit you put in your kids' head. I have a few things to say. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And with that being said, let's get started.
She failed. Mama failed. Okay, y'all want to talk about why she's a 304, why she's acting out, why she running around with no clothes on, why she acting like a wild child with no home training. And then y'all want to be like, oh, it's because she didn't have no father in her life. She didn't have no male figure in her life. She didn't have a man to guide her. So we're just going to overlook the parent whose possession that she's in. That's supposed to be raising her, teaching her, giving her understanding, investing in her.
Yes.
Why am I not surprised? The lack of accountability. Mama didn't take accountability, so of course the child, the daughter, is not going to take accountability.
Right.
It's not the person's fault who was not there while that child turned out like that. It can play a role, but not the biggest role than the person that's actually there.
But in the military, I remember distinctly, as a chief, when you take over a new division, you're supposed to ask all the questions you're supposed to ask. You're supposed to go through all the books. You're supposed to know everything there is to know about your division. Because once you go to the captain or to the engineer, in my case, the engineer, and you tell them the turnover is complete, I'm ready. Then whatever problems come up after that, it's all on you. You now are in control. You now have responsibility and the accountability for everything that is under your care. In the military, that's a high responsibility because the lives of everyone in your division, and more importantly, everyone on the ship, relies upon your division to do its job. That is the exact same thing it is to be a parent. And you don't get to keep blaming the parent that isn't there if you are the one that has the responsibility of taking care of those kids.
So I actually am ugly?
Just busted, yeah. And I think that they just, like, they're looking at you like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly. And then they can't say that, you know? But good luck on that interview, baby, tomorrow night. I'm gonna be right there to support you.
Thanks.
Attitude? Do you need that? Now walk off. You thought you ate. Attitude? Girl, what's up? Now walk off. Bye. Attitude? You can set up. Now walk off. Attitude? You won't look in my face. Now walk off. Attitude? Girl, bye. I could clock your teeth. Now walk off.
A lot of you adults are programming these young children to think that being hostile, aggressive, and rude is cute and cool, and it's not, and you wonder why you come across so many disrespectful children. You're setting them up for failure.
I don't know who need to hear this, but don't have kids by multiple men. That's my biggest regret. I had children by 3 different men, and it affected my kids. A lot of people live like that's normal. It's not normal, and it's not okay. It really affects your children when you out here having children by multiple men. And that's my biggest regret. And I see the difference. Like, I have one father that actually be there for his son, and he just be there for his son. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my other children are feeling some type of way because their dads are not there. And I definitely had bad picking men. Let's just start there. I had bad picking men, and I didn't have enough respect to myself to say, wait until you find somebody that's going to actually lock in with you.
If these kids have behavior problems, that's on the mom. If these kids are acting a certain type of way, that's on the mom. You got multiple baby daddies and only one is doing what he's supposed to do, that's on the mom. Even that young lady said the same thing that I've been saying and that's been argued about, is that they picked the wrong dudes. And I have multiple videos where I show you all that these women don't want a responsible 9-to-5 guy. Instead, they want Pookie, Glocktavius, Felantonio, Junebug, and them. They want the exciting guy. They want the bad boy. They don't want the dude who's doing what he's supposed to do because that dude is boring. And if what I've shown you hasn't proven that your choice in men is more than just the money that they bring, that it's the character that they bring too, then I hope the next segment shows you that. You know, there was a number of people actually in the comments saying, man, we need to bring them type of ass whippers back. You know what I mean? I'm going to laugh about that for a second. But really, the thing that I want to highlight about this isn't that these girls are making a song. Obviously, though, this is a start of everything right here. They just having fun, but this is how they be out in the club. There's a difference between men disciplining and moms disciplining.
My job as dad is to make your life uncomfortable. I'm not about to make everything convenient for you. That's why you always run into your mom. Let me give y'all an example. Yesterday, my 4-year-old was eating dinner. She screamed out, "Mom, can I have some water?" Why did my wife get up to start getting her water? I said, sit your pregnant ass down. Hey, you know where the water cups are. We got this water dispenser so you can reach it. Get your own water. Okay, Dad. Newsflash, these kids know who to play with. Because mom is going to make it convenient for them. She's going to make it easy for them. Dad's going to make you do the hard stuff like get it yourself. Here's another example. Same daughter couldn't get the recliner footrest to go back into the recliner chair. You can hear her start crying, getting angry. I can't push it, trying to push it back because she's not strong enough. I'm watching the whole thing and I'm telling her, baby girl, sometimes we're not strong enough. Figure out another way. I'm not giving her any type of help with. Mom in the back, antsy as ever, trying to just let me help her do it. Sit down. She needs to learn how to figure this out. She may not be strong enough. We got to get creative and figure other ways out. It took her 15 minutes. 15 minutes to figure out how to put that recliner seat back down. All she had to do, put her feet up against the wall, get some leverage, and I had mapped it out in my head already. And when she finally did it, Dad was the first one to celebrate. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You know what Mom said? I ain't gonna lie, that was actually really cool to watch her grow in that moment. Because Dad gonna make you do the hard stuff.
If I had a choice, like somebody said right now, you could talk to your mom or you could talk to your dad. Which one would you rather talk to? I'd rather talk to both of them. But I have stuff that I need to say to my daddy.
Right.
The only thing I'm gonna say to my mom is, Mom, I miss you and I love you. She already knows that.
Right.
But my dad, it was things that my dad did or didn't do that I didn't understand because I was seeing it through my mama's eyes. The thing is, now I'd love to be like, Dad, remember when you did this? Yeah. And you may not have known it, but I judged you a certain kind of way.
Right.
Now I understand you played that like a man.
The reason why so many abandoned children can forgive their fathers for not being in their life is because their mothers never demonized their fathers in real life. In real life, their mothers did not tell them horrible things about their father. If anything, mothers who truly love their children told their children, your father loves you. Your father's just going through some things right now, but your daddy loves you. And anytime that man wanted to pop up, show up, the mother always allowed it. Whether he showed up once a month, once a year, once every 5 years, the mother still allowed it. And that's often the reason why those children still have a place in their heart for their fathers.
Our kids often will not understand why we've made certain choices. And I've had to have these talks separately with my kids because they're 10 years apart in difference. My daughters are 10 years apart from their younger brother. And I had to have that talk with him, just like I had that talk with his sisters. And in that talk, I asked a simple question. Did your mom talk about me bad? And they would say, oh yeah, man, she talked about you all the time. And then I said, have you heard me say anything bad about your mom to you? And 10 years apart, and my kids were, but I talked to them at the same age, 10 years apart. And they all said no. I said, now we can talk. Ask me what you need to ask me. Because see, now I've laid the credibility and the foundation. And I've had to have these uncomfortable conversations with my kids. Some things, maybe they're still hurt about, but the more I talk to them, I think they understand. And they'll understand more when they become adults and they have kids. Unfortunately, a lot of these women want to hold their kids back from their dads for a lot of selfish reasons. And a lot of these young ladies are going to find themselves resenting their moms. And these moms that's out here are going to find themselves alone.
Do you have any advice for people who may be going through what you went through?
Love your kids, but don't overindulge. I never expected my kids to, not be here for me. Whether financially or emotionally, they're really not here.